Welcome to kavsworldtravels. If you could hit that subscribe button and help support the channel, that'd be very much appreciated. Give the video a like and hit that bell button for notifications. I hope you enjoyed the video.
So the Abbasi family ruled this area as a princely state. They started in around 1750s, and it was second largest and wealthiest Muslim state in the Indian subcontinent after Hyderabad, Dhaka. And over the period of time, they built about 12 huge palaces, huge schools, hospitals. They have their own currency, own stamps, own army, police structure. So it was quite a huge dynasty for over 250 years. In 1947, it decided to merge with the state of Pakistan after the partition of India and Pakistan. So we are at Noor Mahal. This was the last of the palaces which the dynasty built.
Why did they merge with Pakistan?
All the states, there were 565 princely states in India and Pakistan at the time of partition. They were given the options to either to join both of them, either of them, or they can remain independent. But both India and Pakistan, after the British left, they invaded whoever wanted to remain independent. Like Goa in 61 was Portuguese. In Pakistan, it was Kalat state in Balochistan. So the smaller states could not function in the middle of a huge country. So both the countries, they forcefully invaded these territories, or they happily merged into the country.
So to the British, when they were here, did they have like all over this area?
No. What British did, the whole of subcontinent is a huge area. So British divided them into states, princely state, 565 states, and the other areas were directly controlled by the British. So these kind of places, like the south of Punjab, was controlled by this princely state. They were allowed to have their own currency and everything, but they didn't have the option of like foreign relations, invading a territory or whatever. So the British took at least 2-3 things into their hands and let them rule on their own.
So the British still controlled it?
Yes. And obviously they must have took a royalty every year from these dynasties. Yes. So we'll go from here.
वहाँ तो ज्यादा जाएंगे।
हाँ वो बड़ा है, वो 200 कमरे हैं। Was Yusuf Shah Gardez. Gardez is a province in Afghanistan. Gardez is a province in Afghanistan. Originally he was from Afghanistan, and end of his name is Yusuf Shah Gardez. Now in Pakistan, Gardez is a huge political family, and everyone in those times, I'm talking about 11th century, 12th century, used to come to Multan because Multan was supposed to be the city of saints. So everyone used to stay here. So he stayed here and preached about Islam, and he also died here. So this is the oldest. Yes. So this is the oldest of the structures in Multan, one of the oldest, because now after this, the tombs would have a proper dome-like structures. But up till then, the style of architecture was different, and then it changed. In all the domes, it had architecture was with the domes. So we'll go inside. Multan is the center of blue pottery in Pakistan. So most of the structures are built in blue pottery. Since last 1000 years, it has been famous for its blue pottery. He's telling he sat on a lion, and he came here in Multan, and that's the grave of a lion. I don't know. Yes, he sat on a lion. Maybe he didn't have the horse.
Snake.
Snake. He's a snake. He sit on the snake or two. Okay. वो snake पे भी बैठे थे.
सिर पे बैठ के थे, हाथ पे जिंदा सांप लगा.
Mosque.
It's 400 years old.
There was this Afghan king who the first time he beat the Mughals. The first was Babur, and his son Humayun got defeated by the Sher Shah Suri, the Afghan king, and then he ruled for 5 years. So he was the one who built this structure.
He only ruled for 5 years.
Yes, but the present tax system in India and Pakistan was developed by him. The Grand Trunk Road, which comes from Dhaka to Kabul, it was built by him. Rohtas Fort near Islamabad is a UNESCO heritage site. The first Afghan fort in Pakistan was built by him. So he was quite important. Yes, important person. His descendants became politically very important. One of his descendants, Yusuf, got elected as a prime minister back in 2013. So Gardezi, a very important political family in Multan. So this could be one of the wives of the descendants. English wife. His name in Persian language is written here. In Persian language it is written here. Yes.
Ali imam manasto manam gulam Ali Hazar jani girami fidae naam Ali 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 Mawla Ali 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 Mawla Ali Ali Haq Ali 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 Mawla Ali Ali Shah Multan Ali La Fatah illa Ali Sher Yazdan Ali 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 Mawla Ali 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 Mawla Ali Ali Tu bhi malanga Haidari main bhi malanga Haidari Panjnare Panjtani Sabala Kinara Haidari Ali 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 Mawla Ali Ali Haq Ali 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 Mawla Ali Ali Haq Ali 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 Mawla Ali 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 Mawla Ali Ali
He was the most important Sufi saint in his time, Bahauddin Zakaria. His descendants became very politically strong in present-day Pakistan. During Imran Khan government, the foreign minister, he was the descendant of Bahauddin Zakaria. So people from all over Pakistan would come to pay their respect to Bahauddin Zakaria. Again, the blue tiles have extensively been used in all the tombs. All the Sufi order. At one point of time, 13th century, there were 4 friends who decided to preach Islam in different areas of present-day Pakistan. One of them was the Lal Surkh Bukhari in Uch Sharif. He was the first. Second, third is near Karachi, Lal Shabazz Kalindar, and fourth one is in Pak Patan. So there were 4 friends who decided, because this area was occupied by non-Muslims, so they decided to preach Islam, and all of them went to different areas, and now they are buried in different areas. Yes, yes. From Multan till Karachi. Yes. British wars. This was almost completely destroyed. It was rebuilt again. The British took over Punjab in 1848 by defeating the Sikh army, and this was supposed to be on a hilltop. All this place, the other tomb of his grandson Shah Rukh Alam is the highest and the longest of the tombs. This was supposed to be the site of Multan Fort. This was the exact place where Alexander the Great couldn't breach the walls, and he himself climbed up the ladder, and he was the first one who was in the city, and then he got shot by an arrow in Multan. Alexander the Great, yes, he got shot because the army couldn't breach the walls of the Multan Fort, this place. And so he climbed up the ladder in the end, and he was the first to throw himself. And then in the process, he got shot in Multan. Yes, he survived the shot because he died somewhere else, I think. Yes, yes. You see the broken structure. It is the oldest tomb, maybe 3,000, 4,000 years old, of Multan, which was the famous Sun Temple. Before Islam came into Multan, Sun Temple was the most important. Yes, you know the Hindus play with the colors, Holi, the festival of Holi. It was originated here in Multan. It started from here. The festival of Holi, and it was the richest of the temples because all the gold, because of the donation, was here. So the Muslims would not destroy the temple. They would want more donations, but 300 years later, there was this one king who destroyed the temple. And then it was further destroyed just recently. I don't know if you remember, back in 1982, there was a famous mosque in India, Babri Mosque, which was destroyed by the mob. Babri Mosque.
They put a police station on it.
No. They have rebuilt recently. They have rebuilt the temple.
Yes, Hindu temple.
Hindu temple. So that was the site of 14th century Babri Mosque, which the people claim, the Hindu people, that that was the site where their god Ram was born. So they destroyed the mosque. In retaliation, always there's a retaliation. If something happens in India, then in Pakistan, some of the temples got destroyed. The Russian guy.
Oh, this is the one
Yes.
who lives in the water.
This is the oldest and the highest, back in the 13th century. The first one built on Indian soil. The dynasty was Turkish, so it's in a bit Turkish style architecture. It was restored by the Aga Khan Foundation. I don't know if you know, there's a Muslim community with the name of Aga Khanis or the Ismailis. Their leader lives in Paris, quite rich. So they have this architectural institution which give award to each building every year. So this was restored by the Aga Khan Architecture Foundation.
And who's buried?
Shah Rukh-e Alam. Built, yes, it was originally supposed to be built by for the king in Delhi, Muhammad Tughlaq. Muhammad Tughlaq was of the Turkish dynasty ruling in Delhi, and then usually the kings would have had this fondness for the Sufis, and when he died, so he was allowed to get buried at the tomb which was supposed to be built by the king himself. Yes. Again, architecturally, it is one of the most important tombs, because this was the first 4-story with this larger tomb built on the Indian land, and everyone came after that. Uch Sharif monuments, which we saw, all the monuments in south of Punjab architecturally would based on this structure for the next 400 years.
This is the first one.
This is the first one, yes.
Big dome, isn't it?
Yes, actually,
This is 13th century.
13th century. Yes. And it is in its original condition. It was not destroyed during the British Wars or the Sikh Wars. It was not destroyed.
And it's pre-Mughal.
It is pre-Mughal, yes. Remember, Mughals came in 1526. We are talking about somewhere around 1200s. In 1250, destroyed by the Mughals. This is not what Muslim believes, that go to the shrines and buy flowers. So the Saudis and the Orthodox Muslims all over the world, there's one section of Muslims who doesn't believe in going to the shrines. They again say that you can directly ask the God, why should we pray to the saint? And the practices being followed, like buying flowers or feeding the pigeons and many other. So there's Orthodox Islam who doesn't believe in the shrine culture. Yes.
And what's our percentage then?
Let's say about 30%.
Oh, so to say.
Yes. Yes. In Pakistan, it is 30%. This is basically the history of Multan city, starting with the Hindu and Buddhism. Yes.
Oh, what a week to done.
This is the army of Alexander climbing the walls of the fort where we are standing now. In Urdu language, it is written that Alexander was surrounded by the locals, and here he was shot with an arrow, He was the only one, he was the first one climbing the wall, if you see here. So he was shot in Multan. One of the conspiracy theories that he died through this shot, which later on.
Yeah.
1180 was a very important year. In 711 AD, 3 persons conquered 3 areas. Muhammad bin Qasim conquered present-day Sindh. Arabs were first time in Sindh in 711 AD. This is Muhammad bin Qasim in Multan. He first invaded Karachi and conquered all the area in between. Another guy, I can't remember the name. He invaded Spain. The name Gibraltar is yes. And the third guy in the same year, 711 AD. I'm forgetting Tariq bin Ziyad. Tariq bin Ziyad. The Gibraltar is named after him. Tariq bin Ziyad. And the third person who invaded Central Asia and conquered Samarkand and Bukhara. So that year from Baghdad was the capital of the Abbasi dynasty. 3 generals were sent to three different areas: Spain, Central Asia, and here. So this was him in Multan. Who's captured it? I can't see the dates, but it should be around 13th century. Between Central Asia, Turkey, Iran and Kabul, Multan was first before Delhi. So everyone had to come Lahore and Multan in order to capture Delhi. So this was Sher Shah Suri, the guy who defeated the Mughals. Whenever the British defeated the larger army in Indian subcontinent and all over the world, they would build monuments like this. So there are 2 in Sindh when they defeated the Talpur dynasty in Sindh, in Hyderabad where we stayed in 1843. And in Punjab they defeated the Sikh in 1848. In Punjab, this is one of the monuments. So they would build these similar monuments all over the world whenever they defeated. And these are taken care, funded by the British even now.
Oh, yes.
Yes, all these monuments. These are called the victory monuments. Accession of Punjab to the empire was the result of the war. So it all started from here. Lahore was part of it, Peshawar was part of it, Multan, Bahawalpur. This was a huge area which the British always wanted, because when the Sikh leader, the famous Ranjit Singh, was alive, they could never invade Punjab. That was when he died, then he invaded, the British invaded. They would tie a letter, something written on the leg of the pigeon, and that particular pigeon went to India. And there was a huge diplomatic problems between India and Pakistan.
Wedding dresses. So go.
The lion is there. The sun, because of Multan, had a sun god. You see this?
Passing earlier.
Break the fast. All seats.
Thank you very much for watching the latest video. Hope you all enjoyed. Remember to hit that subscribe button and help support the channel. Give the video a like and hit that bell button for notifications. I'll see you on the next